Welcome back to Tennis Coach Online. We're looking here today at an order from Tennis Warehouse Europe, if you can see, one of the best in the business in the world, particularly for Australians, as we can't get half this range here, which is very annoying for customers and retailers as we request certain colours or shoes, but the prices and the range we get from big retailers like Adidas and Nike in Australia is so limited. So if you're watching this in the States or Europe, you have to understand how much luckier you are, because we get a very scarce supply. We get the fundamental ones or the US Open or the Australian Open ones, but then we just don't get the continual re-range, and then shops here are affected as people really want to find something else, and unfortunately sometimes that's what we have to do. We used to order these from Tennis Warehouse America, but now Nike again has restricted branding, and they can only buy through Nike.com, which is terrible. So we're going to go through what we have here. We'll start with the Vapors here, which are my shoe of choice. I'm going to go through some recommendations on what I would pick. So these are the Nike Zoom Vapor 9.5s. It's the latest version. Federer's shoe of choice. This particularly happens to be the clay version and the size 12. And I'll just go through these ones now. Open them up. So these are coming in the teal and the grey. So it's a very nice bottom. So you can see this herringbone pattern here, which is the clay, which gives you this grip in between these grooves. So you're playing on a clay surface, what we have in Melbourne Onducar. These grooves are designed to give you that traction when you're sliding across the court. You can see the tag here is the 9.5s. Great shoe, especially as I said, it's Federer's shoes of choice because it's so light, versatile. It looks fantastic. One of the best looking shoes in my opinion. But the reliability isn't there as compared to, say, we'll look at the Adidas shoes or say Asics, as they generally with Nike products, they have a good start time, comfort level, but they're not always built for that reliability. So I'll put those ones back and we'll hop on to the special ones. These are the US Open edition. We're lucky to get the hands on because, as I was saying, Europe and America, they stock these so quickly. So you've seen the US Open. These are the ones that a lot of the players are wearing, Kyrgios, Federer, etc. Which are if I go back to the box, again, these are Nike size 12, but these are the Nike Zoom Vapor 9.5, just the tour. So it means that they're all court version or specified generally for hard court. But they are in the striking crimson red. And they're fantastic. This is the general one that I get. As we see, it has the all pattern bottom, so not specified for clay, but you can see they have a mixture of these grooves, and they're great for all courts. But if you want to go for clay, you would suggest the clay shoe, but for majority of surface and for general use on any court, these are the ones to go for, as they're highly comfortable. Now the size is true to fit, and you can see the range of colours you can get. But don't go looking for these, as they are a more expensive shoe. Don't go looking these for reliability. I'd be suggesting more Asics or Adidas, as they're built with a firmer solid base, and they will give you a bit more last time. So I'll pick them out. We'll move on to some of the clothes. You can see a fantastic, as we say, the colours we get in these places are fantastic. So this is the Featherlight hat, the one size. And you can see with the new logo, and it's an Aerobill logo, and they're just, if you compare about reliability, before the shoes are different to clothes. Clothes are very good from Nike, especially the hats. These always last, and they're very, very well made, but they're also light at the same time, as they do use premium materials, so you do get what you pay for. Just the shoes aren't as strong or say grip or bulky towards the Adidas or Asics, but that's because they are a bit lighter. So that's one, and on to some, these are great, so and fantastic for if you're a coach or you're warming up. These Nike track pants are great for slim fit, and you can see the soft polycotton material. These come in a grey and a black. As we can see, they are size medium. We've got the Nike over there as well, so they're very soft and they're cuffed at the bottom, so it's great for putting on and off our shoes, or if anything over the bottom, it has a great look to it, and that's what Nike always does best. They're the first ones. And moving on to the specific, these ones are from the Wimbledon season. These are the baseline pants, more warm-up pant. As we can see, they are a bit of a different material here, sort of closer to a bit of a denim, but they're not as breathable, I'd say, not as comfortable, but they have a certain fitted look to them. You can see they have that Nike looking down the bottom. You can see they have, this is the smart design for track pants, which a lot of people do. Is the beauty of this is if you're changing between shoes or you're taking pants off, if you're, as I said, a warm-up pant, it is just the zip. The problem with the other ones is you have to take the whole set off just to get them off, and that's very tedious when you're playing between different winter and summer seasons, as you just have to take off and put back on again, but that makes it so much easier. So they are the men's baseline pant from the women's season. And moving on to the last two, so these are another suggestion, one of the greatest shoes we have, as well as those Vapors. One of the most popular shoes over time is the Adidas Barricades, and these are the 2017 in clay, because it is used by two people who play on clay very regularly, or on Dakar here in Melbourne, and these would be one of my further suggestions for a clay shoe: reliability and good quality with a good brand, Adidas, as they are built to last, but they also have that real sense of quality there, and they're great for running around the clay court, especially. You see Djokovic's shoe of choice is these Barricades. So we can see here, these come in the, as you see the herringbone pattern on the bottom. These are nice red, white, and you see this breathability and the structure here. So when I'm pushing on this, if you see my fingers in here, what I was saying, this structure is, I'm pushing into these, but they do not stretch as much, so they're not as breathable or light as, say, the Vapors, but the quality on the sides will keep you very secure when you're sliding the court, especially going side to side, your ankles going from one side to the other. When you see Djokovic does it, these will hold up because they have that firm structure in place, and they're just fantastic for that. So the Pro Protection, as we see, that's basically subscribing what I was saying, the Adidas logo here. They are great for that. And moving on to the last shoes, those ones are in the white and orange. For clay, I wouldn't always recommend white, as it does get dirty quickly. Obviously, you can't. Those ones were at a better sale, so sometimes you can't be choosers, but you still get the great shoes. So moving on to the very last one is the Adidas Barricades. Sorry, these are the Adizero Ubersonics in 2 clay, which are another popular one. Barricades have always been probably the leading one, but these have also come into close brother, because they are have a cool look to them, but they also carry that Adidas reliability. You can see, moving on to these here, you can see the similar nature to the Barricades, but they have that a bit more style than them, but they're sort of like the Nike Cage, with, as you can see here, they're more of a mesh at the top. So if you're sweating a lot or you're doing a lot of training, these would actually probably suit better for training, and then the other Barricades would be best for match play, as they have that structure. But this is great for the summer weather, as it has this mesh push through, which means you'll get a lot of nice air coming through here and get that breathability, and they are a little bit lighter than those other ones. So you see the Adizero Ubersonic 2, and structured as well, got the herringbone pattern at the bottom. So a little bit different to the other ones. It's got a bit of a into here. So in retrospect for this video, so you have a bit of design back there. So very solid structure, but you see these parts, as I said, solid structure adds on that weight. You don't carry these on Vapor, this type of material. So what we saw there is all those shoes. These are the last ones. Please let me know what you like the most, and any recommendations I will give you. I'll probably do a single video on some of these specific shoes, and my recommendations on what you should buy for tennis, amateur or pro level, or even coaching. These are just a little look into some of the orders we regularly do, as they're always needed when you go through these. Shoes aren't going to last the whole year if you play tennis regularly, but there's some shoes you can use to get a bit of more last time. So as I was saying, stick to the Adidas or Asics, specifically for durability. If you like that Nike comfort, they are the ones to go for, those Vapors in particular. Hopefully enjoy that video, and we'll see you guys next time.